Let's talk about a legendary wereshark within World of Darkness that is currently protecting the Amazon rainforest. His name is Swims the Small Seas, and he is an especially aggressive cub shark, capable of swimming in both fresh and salt water. He used to spend time swimming up the rivers of various continents, looking for enemies of the Rokea, which is the name for weresharks in World of Darkness. But one day he followed a small cargo ship into South America along the Amazon River. The ship was crawling with enemies of the Rokea. When the ship docked, Swims the Small Seas found himself in a war camp, full of humans dressed identically carrying odd, foul-smelling weapons. He had no idea what was going on, but he understood some Spanish and caught the words guerra and lobo. Investigating further, he discovered that these men were tearing apart the jungle, and that their efforts were slowly but steadily tainting the river. Swims the Small Seas decided that he could not allow this, and decided that he would stay in the jungle until he stopped it. He ended up attacking and killing many of the men, but there were always more arriving by boat. And eventually they began sending deformed, disgusting monsters. So Swims the Small Seas just kept on fighting them. He meant to eventually go back to the sea, but there was always more work to do in the jungle. Time went by, and then one day, months after he had arrived, Swims the Small Seas changed into his standing jaws form again to battle the spoilers, but after tearing them apart, he heard people coming. He knew from their language that they were natives, not soldiers. So he tried to change to his human form so he wouldn't frighten them, and found that he could not. The Rokea had lost his shapeshifting powers forever. This was a result of having stayed away from the sea for too long. His ability to survive in freshwater allowed him to keep his powers, but he could no longer assume his other forms. Terrified and a little unhinged, he crashed into the jungle, vowing that if the sea wished him to stay here, he would. And he would kill any human that dare spoil the Amazon's waters.